I've never talked about this Pecron, really. It's the first company that sent us a power station way back on the Great Loop. And this thing is amazing, guys. It has taken an absolute beating on the front of the boat. It's gotten swamped in waves. I mean, completely submerged. Like, I thought it was either going to die or catch on fire. I was going to have to kick it off the side of the boat. I couldn't even let go of the wheel to go get it. And yet, here it is, still going without a hiccup, charging up, and we've been using it to run the Elon. So, a little Pecron E600, if you're looking for a tough little unit. We might pass them.
It looks like it.
We're making our way back into Perch Lake here. See if we can catch some fish. So guys, we put this a couple days ago when we came in here. Little rockmen. There's a name for them. I'll put it on the screen. They do it in the Arctic. And this is our way in right here. Your phone works out here. And here's our other man right there. And that's the beaver trail right there.
You see the frog?
This is that little stream coming out, and there's the lake. It's rolling right now. And try to keep your finger out of off the lens there. I've done it. Spot. Alright, I'm gonna cast it somewhere else here. You can just keep her rolling if you would.
I will.
Got one. There's a little one. There's a reason why they call it Perch, Little Perch Lake. Now we know there's fish in here. We know there's perch in Perch Lake. But we don't know if there's any big ones. Because we can't go out there. I'll bet you there's a hole somewhere in this lake. Shannon and I saw this fella at the dock at Bay Degree. He was in the free section. You can park there for like 14 days or something, or 7 days. I think it was 7 days. And I noticed with the kayaks on front, I bet they're heading out to Manitou right now. So if you see this video ever, God bless you, sir. And I think we're kindred spirits. Let me read this to you real quick, guys. Early in 1843, the U.S. War Department built the Government House and established a federal land agency on Porter's Island, the small narrow island lying just offshore. Period. Though there isn't one. Prospectors found small deposits of copper ore and native copper in the cliffs and on the ridges of the surrounding hills. The first copper claims recorded in Michigan under federal law were located here in 1843. A rush followed which reached its peak in 1848. Hundreds of claims were located and explored. Copper Harbor was a boomtown with stores, hotels, and salons. Those were the first days of whiskey and whiskers. One of the earliest newspapers in Michigan started publication here in 1846 as the Lake Superior News and Mining Journal with headquarters at the Astor House. Let me read this one to you. Isle Royale National Park. Isle Royale is an archipelago comprising of more than 200 islands and 45 miles north of Keweenaw County. The main island is the largest in Lake Superior, 45 miles long and 9 miles wide. There are 70 lakes on Isle Royale, the largest being Siskiwit Lake. Rock formations formed millions of years ago consisting of basaltic lava, sandstone, and conglomerate. Isle Royale is the home of the largest herd of moose in the U.S. Many varieties of wild flowers grow there, 28 types of wild orchids, truly a wilderness paradise. The old copper pits of the Aborigines, the fur trading posts, and the abandoned mines stimulate a historic lure of man's search for copper. Mining started in 1844. Isle Royale National Park was dedicated August 27, 1946. There are daily round trips by boat from Copper Harbor. I don't think there's any crappies in there. There's perch bass.
I guess you can't get a photo. Does that
I'm sure we've all been pretending here in the different stuff. Highland Builders, Casey around the corner. Thank you to all of those summit level sponsors who give us at least $2,500 again to help the trail.
Oh, I already hear it.
Hey, Wavy. Hey, Amelia.
Good morning, guys and gals. So we are leaving Copper Harbor this morning. Shannon's up at the campground taking a shower. He doesn't like the cold water. He's from South Carolina. And I'm out walking Wavy, and I got rid of the garbage because they have, I'll show you, they got some trash receptors. It can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes when you're out on these trips to properly dispose of your garbage, but if you're patient, you'll always come across a spot that it's supposed to be. I guess is like a long-winded way of saying there's no need to litter. Even though it does seem sometimes that some of these towns are just like promoting littering because they just give you no place to get rid of your inevitable trash that gets accumulated by the modern human, you know. So Beta Gree was kind of like that. They wanted to sell you some special trash bags that are orange that then you can dispose of in the one dumpster in the area or something like that. We just passed on that knowing we would come across something later. But anyways, yeah, there's here, let me turn the phone around. If you make it up here to Copper Harbor, then you will probably notice, if you look around, that all the streets that go towards the bay kind of dead end at these little picnic areas. We were surprised and pleasantly surprised to discover this one's got a dock, usually flanked by private residences, so you got to kind of stay within the boundaries here. But we came up here yesterday to go get gas because the one gas station here in town is right around that corner there, so an easy walk. Here, I'll turn the phone around. The one gas station here in town in Copper Harbor is changing hands. It's sold to somebody, so they were kind of just keeping it open for folks if you had exact change. That was nice of them, because we could have probably made it down to the channel without getting gas. I did my math and I've expanded the amount of gas that I can carry on the Beagle Barge to over 40 gallons, 42 gallons I think. When we were on the Great Loop, I think I was only carrying 30. So I got these big tanks, these big 12-gallon tanks that came on the green boat that I got from Chris on the Shallow Lady. They were working great. So I would say much more than that, it's going to start to weigh the back of the boat down too much. Just needlessly, I think 40 gallons is probably plenty. So 42 gallons, 2 gallons for the dinghy. So here's another one of those picnic areas. Very nice of them. This is prime land. It says 9th Street Picnic Area. This park is intended as a place for quiet reflection and enjoyment of the natural beauty of the area. No alcoholic beverages, loud parties, or other disruptive conduct is permitted. This park is closed to the public from 10 p.m. till 9 a.m. daily. I don't think it's quite 9 a.m. yet, but that's okay. Let's go down here and check this one out. You can see they have a trash receptor, bear-proof, a picnic table for quiet reflection, and a picnic. And then you got your bath spot. You're probably watching this on the backup channel as a supplemental video, so you know I've been up in this part of the world long enough that most of the places I'm showing you, not all of them on the main video that'll eventually come out, I've already shown you. I know we've come to Copper Harbor once or twice over the years, and if you just look in my back catalog from 3-4 years ago, you'll find, if you're interested, you'll find videos, you know, of like Copper Harbor and some of these other towns, you know, but that's why I'm kind of keeping the Beagle tours to a minimum. Here's another one of those picnic areas. Let me show you. There you go. Same sign. This is the one we pulled the dinghy up to this morning because it's closer to town. I'll probably do a stretch and a bath. I do these picnic table stretches. Stretch my back and my neck, and then, oh, I see a freighter out there. Let me show you. This is perfect timing, guys. See it out there? We're going to tie up to the back here.
Yeah, that's fine. Baby, sorry, buddy.
Can you reach it?
No.
Let me show this to you guys real quick. So if you see where we are there, that little triangle, and you see this line here, how this works and properly, I guess the right way of getting out of this harbor is over here. There's something on land that you line yourself up with. There's a name for it, kind of like a marker, channel light or channel marker, and then you line it up with the one out here. I can't see very good, guys, because the sun, but you should be able to kind of see a floating marker out there. You just line that one up, or you just follow Navionics really close, but that's how you get out of here. Because I'll show you this. You know, it's not terrible, but this harbor is flanked by rocks, you know, so, and some of them do come up pretty close to the surface, but they've made it really easy. It's got a bell on it. We'll see if you can get close enough so you guys can hear it. And beautiful Lake Superior lays out before us. It stays like this today. An absolute blessing. So far, so good. Hitting a little bit of headwind, but it's so far and only just got little ripples here. Where I kicked up the RPMs a little bit, over 5 miles an hour. Neck breaking speed. We got about 11 miles to go. We met the folks that own this beautiful house right here, and they told us that the fishing's really good right off their house. So we'll remember that for future adventures. We're not really set up to do that kind of fishing this time, but if you watch this video, Shannon told them about the channel, and if you see this, howdy, and thank you for that tip. Oh my goodness. Want to go for a walk? Well, howdy guys and gals. So I'm going to make a little video for the backup channel here, Brenton's Riverside Hermitage. If you're already here, then you know about it. And if you thought you clicked on backwaters and backroads, which happens sometimes, this is actually the backup channel. Feel free to subscribe here because we're going to be putting lots of stuff on here pretty soon when we get back on the loop in the Tennessee River and such. So we are in beautiful Eagle Harbor, Michigan, and it's a beautiful day. It's actually kind of hot and it's totally calm, you can see. And I'm going to turn the phone around and just explain something to you for a few minutes here and why we're here. So this very spot right here is where the Beagle barge pulled its anchor right out there about a week ago when Shannon and I went back to Ontonagon to kind of get him on his way. He was, he wasn't in a hurry per se, but he just had to get back to South Carolina for a few reasons. He spent a good solid 2.5 weeks up here, and so we were taking a break because the weather was so bad out there on Lake Superior. It just kind of fell apart, and our plan was to just anchor the barge out here for like 2 or 3 days. I always had good luck doing that, and we were here for a couple days, and it was holding just fine. But it's not exactly the best bottom. It's got a little bit of gravel right here at the shore, but then it just turns to sand, and there just isn't a lot of like mud or structure or anything to lock into. And so what happened was the weather, the lake kept coming in, and then it started circling around like it does. This is actually the best corner there is. And there was a guy that owns that dock right over there, owns this piece of property. He actually stopped by here, and he was trying to help. Reminds me of that story that people often talk about when you ask God for help, and he you're on the roof of your flooded out house or something, and 3 people stop by in a boat, and they say, we're here to help you, and the person on the roof says, oh, I prayed to God that he would help me, I'm waiting for God. And then you figure out that God was just sending those people to help you. So it's kind of like that. This guy just came up, he stopped his car, and he's like, hey, I'm trying to help you. It's going to get nasty out here. It's going to get even nastier. I've lived here for a while, and I got this dock over here. You can go put your barge over there. And I just said, no, it's okay. And I've been very well trained in my life to never expect any help from anybody. It's like a detriment. I should talk about that sometime. I was born like a zebra on the Serengeti, just dropped out of the back of my mother, and I was expected to stand up and fend for myself in like an hour or get eaten by hyenas. So almost not kidding, but anyways, didn't mean to turn this into a rant, but it's the backup channel. I can do whatever I want. So this right here was the spot that the barge slipped anchor, pulled anchor, and dragged anchor, and it came right to here. And the really nice young lady who is the harbor master here in Eagle Harbor called me, and she told me about it. I was only home in Ontonagon for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and we had to rush back up here with the trailer, and Shannon helped me, and we pulled it off the shore. I was really worried on the way up here. I thought that maybe I didn't understand. It could have been over there beating up against bigger rocks and ledges and breaking the lower unit and banging up that beautiful hull that I love so much. And come to find out, it was just sitting in this corner kind of gently rocking, and the motor was trimmed up, and it wasn't even touching the bottom. It didn't do any damage at all that I can tell. So very, very thankful for that. I can get pretty traumatic and dramatic when I'm stressed. And so thank you, Shannon, for putting up with me. And yeah, guys, so like it's a week later, and I'm back up here, and I was thinking about taking a couple days and just going down the coast and kind of finishing the circumnavigation of the Expedition Keweenaw, but I have decided I'm going to see if this trailer actually works, because it's loaded pretty good. I had some help, Shannon helped and center it properly, and it's about as best on the trailer currently as it can be. So I strapped it down really good, and we're going to try it. So we'll see. I'll take you with me on this little video here, and we'll find out together. I still don't trust it for like hauling it to Tennessee or something. So but can I go 60 miles with it? We're going to find out together. Stay tuned. So I had to take my tailgate off to fit the Pudgy in the back, and the reason why is I'd have to leave the tailgate down, and it would hit this. The tailgate would hit this. So what I did was put the tailgate inside of the Pudgy and just go without a tailgate on the way home. So I hope this is going to work. 60 miles. I put a good strap on the back. I'll stop and check it. Pray for me, guys.